¿Qué tal? Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Vamos a hablar hoy con Rainer Zitelmann, historiador, sociólogo alemán, sobre su obra Cómo los países salen de la pobreza. Vamos a hablar en inglés. Hi Rainer, welcome to Argentina.
Hi.
Why did you come to this place in the world?
I was last year and the year before. First, it was a part of a world journey. I've been in 20 months in 30 countries all over the world to find out about economic freedom in different countries. I wrote a book about it. This is my next book. And of course, I was especially interested in the Millet movement. 2 years ago, I saw the first origins of the Millet movement. I learned about it. Then I came last year in December, exactly 2 days after the elections. Now I come back 8 months after the elections to find out what happened and what changed, and of course to promote this new book from here.
Okay, can you show your book?
Yes.
Okay, Cómo los países salen de la pobreza, Vietnam, Polonia y los orígenes de la prosperidad. And what are the lessons from Poland and Vietnam that Argentina can use?
Yes, there are especially 2 lessons. Let me tell you a little bit about Poland. Poland was in the 80s one of the poorest countries in Europe, poorer than Argentina at this time. Today, Poland is richer than Argentina. What happened? They had the same problems in the end of the 80s as Argentina has today. High inflation. They had 640% inflation rate in the end of the 80s. Then very huge debt. They were the 3rd biggest debitor all over the world, and a lot of state intervention and a high rate of poverty. So exactly the same problems as you know in Argentina. And then they started in 1990 with free market reforms. And this was in a way very similar to what happens now in Argentina, because they called it the shock therapy. And the reformer, his name was Balcerowicz. He was a finance minister and deputy prime minister, and he believed in the same teachings as Millet, Hayek, Mises, and this libertarian economists. So they shared the same convictions, both of them. Personality is much different. Bolsonaro is more calm, not like without chainsaw and without shouting and as Millet, but they share the same conviction. And now the important thing. First, what can you learn? First, these reforms worked. From being one of the poorest countries in Europe, now Poland is in 3 decades Europe's growth champion. It works, but this is even more important. Before things become better, some things become worse. First, for 2 years, the GDP declined. In the first year of the reforms, minus 12%. The next year, minus 8%. The unemployment grew. So you have to understand in Argentina that what was messed up over decades with these Paris policies cannot be fixed in a year. So, but you need patience. You have to understand that first things become worse before it becomes great. These are the lessons that you can learn from Poland.
Oh, that's great. And you talk about that in an interview that Infobae made to you. And I would like, there you mentioned that some differences between Millet, between Bolsonaro and Trump, that in some aspects they look the same. Are they the same?
Yeah, yes. Very often Millet was compared with Trump or with Bolsonaro. Why? Because they have the same, style, like being aggressive and shouting, and genius of self-marketing. Especially Donald Trump is a genius of self-marketing. But I think they are very different. First of all, I heard a speech from Millet 2 months ago in Germany. He was in Germany. We were at the same seminar. First I had a speech, then he had a speech. And he talked about how many books he read from economists, how he learned about the free market economy how he read these books from high Mises and so on. And I can't imagine that Donald Trump is sitting there as Millet for hours and hours and even for days to read more books from economists and go again to buy more books. No, I think Donald Trump would prefer to sit there in the evening on the sofa and maybe looking some wrestling competition or boxing competition and this stuff. So Millet has two sides. First, he's a serious academic, intellectual scholar. And the other side, he's a genius in self-marketing, like a pop star. And so I think, and this is one difference. The other difference is, Millet has crystal clear convictions, principles he stands for, like free market. Donald Trump has only one conviction, that is, he's the best, he's the greatest, he wants to be the richest, he wants to be most famous, and of course he wants to have all the power for himself. This is what Donald Trump believes in. But I think with Javier Millet, he believes in ideas about the free market economy. And these ideas are different. It's not everything bad what Donald Trump did. For example, he lowered taxes, he did some deregulations, but on the other hand, it was more protectionism, higher tariffs. So he has not clear principles as Millet.
Great, excellent. And why or what are Argentinian citizens, common people, can expect from this market reform or from free market economics?
Very simple, a much higher standard of living, that people come out of poverty, that Argentina will be a great, rich country again. 100 years ago, Argentina was one of the 3 or 4 richest countries in the world, similar to the United States. And then with this Paris, it became a decline over decades. I wonder why people in Argentina were so patient. Since 1945, you have in every single year double-digit inflation rate, with the exception from the 90s where it was linked to the dollar. But I was born in 1957, so it means all of my life I would only know double-digit inflation rates. So I can't understand why people in Argentina were so patient with this crazy Paris, and that now please be patient only for 2 or 3 years with Millet. You were decades patient with Paris. Please give him 3 years to fix the things that they messed up in decades.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and thank you so much. And I would like to ask you, how can we get your book?
You can order it on what is this?
Mercado Libre.
Mercado Libre.
Mercado Libre, free market, justamente.
Yes, exactly. I think it will also be in a couple of weeks on Amazon, but not now. But I think Amazon is not so much in use in Argentina. It's more Mercado
Libre.
Mercado Libre, yes.
Yes. And can we get more information about you, and can we access your videos on the internet?
Yes, of course. First, you can follow me on X, on former Twitter. But pay attention, I have 2 accounts. One in German language, it's not possible, and the other one is in English language. And I'm also I've also a YouTube channel, some German, some English.
Okay. Thank you so much for this possibility, and
thank you.
Thank you for the work you are doing for our country, Argentina. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.